Imagine using things in your kitchen in a different way. Like I did with Knorr pasta sides. Just add some juicy shrimp, tomatoes and spinach to the pasta. And you've turned sides into a whole new dish. Knorr pasta sides, as a main dish. See a different side.
Yes, I'm not an actress. I am a chef. That's just a perk that comes with a job. So I'm Einav Gefen. I'm just a girl. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a chef. I happen to be Israeli with a big, big, fat title. And being corporate chef for Unilever North America, leading US and Canada. What my team does is work with our marketing in developing new products, all the way up to back of the pack preparation, tolerance testing, R&D, development, recipe activation for all of our brands. Anybody who's not familiar with Unilever? No, don't have. There are many. People know Kraft, people know Procter & Gamble. People don't know Unilever, but when we say Hellmann's, and I can't believe it's not butter, and obviously Knorr, Ben & Jerry's, Starbucks ice cream, then I get the, right, big thing. Big corporate, big global company, lots of scope. So when Shani told me, you have only 10 minutes, I'm like, what? 10 minutes? How am I going to talk about what I do for a living in 10 minutes? She said, no, just talk about you being Israeli as part of that. So a little bit background. I think the most part that I love about food, I come from a very high-end cooking background. I cooked in Israel for many years before coming here 15 years ago, going to culinary school here, externing at Daniel at the Now restaurant, Daniel restaurant in Bouloud's, and then executive chef at the Now restaurant in the East Village, doesn't exist anymore. All the way up to teaching professional cooking at the Institute of Culinary Education, and plucked from the real world to the dark side to work for Unilever. Never in my life did I think that I'll work for a big company, nor never did I think that I'll live in Jersey. But here I am. I'm working on this was and the accent of Jersey. But what I love about food is that it's not only cooking and it's not only, being creative, it's linked to culture. So as an Israeli, everybody said, all our holidays, what do we eat, what do we cook? It's all about the dinner, yes, reading the Agada, and yes, saying the blessing, but it's really about what are you cooking? Is it brisket? Is it, who's making the matzah ball soup? That's the part that makes us excited. And that's the part I love, the passion that people have about food. It's ingrained. Our relationship with food is much more probably embedded and stronger than anything else. We talk about food, we deal with food, we think about food, we watch the Food Network, not like we watch, the do-it-yourself programs, but the lifeline to the kitchen in the United States, in particular, is diminishing. We're living in a society where third generation did not cook anymore. Grandmas didn't cook anymore. Moms are not cooking, and hence kids don't have that being at their mom's, knees or toes, learning how to cook firsthand. But we're obsessed with food. If you read about Facebook, tweeting, a lot of it is where do we eat, where do I eat, what's to order, is it good, is it not? So it's really, really embedded in our DNA. It's a very emotional subject. We love food, we hate food, we desire, we crave. Just the terminology we use with food is very emotional and very, very strong. So what I need to do for a living has to link to the culture I work in. And it's bringing creativity and it's bringing inspiration to the game, because working in a big company like a Unilever that is very structured, that the processes are very set, that there are many people handling a project, for me it's to push the envelope. It's to ask why. Why are we doing things like that? Can we do it differently? Show different aspects. Bring my food culture into the game to potentially change her dinner at the end of the day. This is where, I come in as who I am, and You'll ask my boss, he'll tell you that I'm a guy, and yes, I love football too, the American version, though the Super Bowl sucked, so I'm not going to talk about that. But I use my Israelism, if you will. You know, I think Moran said Israeli, we talk politics. We don't talk politics. For me, it's an excuse to be in people's face, putting things on the table as they are. I find it that it was probably a strange flavor at the beginning when I came into a Unilever, but it really made a difference because I did not dance around. I said things as they are. I looked at things with a critical view, and my ability to understand food, my ability to understand flavor, coming from an area where we give flavor with garlic and onion and fresh herbs and spices into a culture where salt is a driver, it's a game changer. So as Einav is coming from somebody from a very, very high-end cooking background and then professional cooking, teaching, coming into a Unilever world was a big shift because it wasn't about my food and what I think is tasty, because my Sheila in Des Moines, she's my virtual consumer, has no clue what pesto is, has no clue what risotto is, and I need to play in her playground to be successful. I need to understand that for her 4:30, when she needs to cook dinner for her family, is a freak out time because she does not have the skills to really do the work. She really wants to put dinner on the table. She really wants to be involved. She wants to make the decision of what to feed her family, and she needs it to be a success because that's her thing. This is how she brings the family together. If she fails at dinner time, the impact is huge. My job is to enable her to be successful. So I need to know what we call tension points, what her tension points are. When she opens the fridge, I can open the fridge and I can cook a dinner in half an hour, probably from whatever I have in the fridge. Not a problem. She opens the fridge. If she did not plan that before or shop for it before, big, or can be big disaster. So I need to be creative. I need to be creative in what I think she needs or looks for on the shelves. I need to be creative in what I think she needs in a recipe. It needs to be simple. It needs to be quick, it needs to be tasty. And if I can, better for her or healthy as well. Not an easy game to play with less than 8 ingredients, less than half hour, less than 2 pots on the stove, which is my paradigm for the most part. I also need to be creative when I face the Walmarts of the world, the Target of the world, because I go to see them with our brand people to bring our passion for food. So, you know, when I think about myself, I don't think that I, became who I am because I'm an Israeli per se. But I think being an Israeli brought something different to my game and brought something different to my perspective that made my role a little different and made what I brought news into a big organization. And for me, I want to leave this world knowing that I made a difference. Very easy to open a restaurant and I can change people's life, probably 70, 80, 100 at an evening. But if I make a difference through a Unilever, I change a million people's lives at a time. Huge goal for me. That's basically